Hi guys, so today I want to share another story with you. Today I want to talk about Bravo rehires Tamra Judge for the Real Housewives of Orange County. Plus, is this good news for Nene Leakes? Plus, Andy Cohen news. Okay guys, I just wanted to come on really quick and talk about this whole Tamra Judge situation. So you read the title. Yes, I guess the news is true. Now, I wanted to talk about this so bad that I was in the middle of putting on my makeup because remember, it's 6 in the morning here. Like, this is the first time in decades that I'm on camera without lashes, people, okay? But this is how bad I want to talk about this story because I know people are going to say, wait a minute, didn't you just say weeks ago that they fired Tamra and now you're saying they rehired her? Schizophrenic move, Bravo, schizophrenic move. But it ultimately, in my opinion, is the better move. Now let's go over the details about her coming back and then we'll talk about why I think they rehired her and what this means for Nene Leakes. I mean, we got a lot to talk about. So Radar Online is reporting, and I'll read it verbatim so I don't get it incorrect. Tamra's working out a deal that would bring her back for more than 3 episodes for between $20,000 and $25,000 each. She didn't like just being on a 3 episodes because remember when she did that, I don't know if she did the call with Andy, but anyway, they were going to let her come back to finish out her story for 3 episodes, and she said she didn't want to do it. And that's when she went into not answering the phone and all of that. Okay, so this is going to be more than 3 episodes. And they're also reporting that if all goes good, it could lead to more appearances. Also, it's saying it's a better storyline for Shannon Beador. Because, duh. Okay, so we know Shannon has a mild personality. Her job was to keep Vicky and Tamra in order, okay? And with her being gone, it would have been a total gang up. Kelly Doll would have ran amok, okay? Now, the rumors were they were trying to make Bronwyn the star of the show. It was so much wrong about how they fired Vicky and Tamra that I don't even know where to begin. But I'll just start somewhere in the middle. Number 1, why burn your bridge? Why do it that way? You should have sat the women down and said, we loved working with you. We're going in a different direction. That was poor. It was totally burning bridges, in my opinion. Number 2, it wasn't well thought out. You can't make Bronwyn a star. Either she is or she isn't. And usually most networks, they keep their current stars until you have another rising star. It was just too soon for Bronwyn. We just got to know her. For me, what I seen, I wasn't that impressed. She was okay, but I don't see her like holding down the show of how many years? 12, 13 years, however long that show's been on. That was just a dumb move. And then number 2, the way that they fired Tamra scared the hell out of the entire franchise, okay? I'm not going to give you my all, okay? Work as hard as I can, and I know any day now it might be snip, snip time, okay? It just didn't make any sense. None of it. Now, what does this have to do with Nene Leakes, you might ask, because I included her name in the title. It has a lot to do with Nene Leakes, in my opinion. Okay, so the rumor was they were getting rid of all of the top older housewives because they were making too much money and they wanted to freshen up the franchise. That might have been okay for the Real Housewives of Orange County, but because they weren't your number 1 rated show. But why mess with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, okay? It was clear, people, they were pushing Nene out. We're not dumb, okay? Do you guys think we're dumb? We're not dumb. We could see the writing on the wall. They were cutting her out of episodes. They were making an enemy out of her. For the Real Housewives of Atlanta, that butchering, firing made no sense at all. You don't mess with your top-rated show and your top-paid star. It just didn't make any sense. So I think a combination of things happened. I think that, so in this article, it's saying that Andy really pushed to have Tamra return to the show. Don't pee on my leg and tell me that it's raining. Okay, here we go again. Really? You could have just said, leaker, whoever leaked the news, that, okay, they are bringing Tamra back. You don't have to add the extra push of Andy went out of his. We know Andy is the king over there. What he says goes. Really? He really pushed? Listen, I'm sure Andy has so much power with the Housewives. He could fire other producers. I'm pretty sure. Like, come on, Andy. You had to change your heart. And it all started, it was in little increments. When you fired Tamra and she didn't react the way that you thought she was going to react, you called her, she picked up the phone. Hello. You could see her being distraught. Remember, you guys, she had no makeup on, the baseball cap. She said she had been crying for 3 days, 3 whole days. It was done in a really bad way, in my opinion, the way that he fired Tamra and Vicky, and the way that he was doing Nene. Like, you don't do people like that have made a lot of money for you. So I think that kind of changed his thought a little bit. And then I really do believe, and no one can tell me different, if you guys feel different, we'll go at it in the comment section, is Nene's I'm going to get Kenya tour. That's what I'm going to call it. I think that played a bigger part in it too, because he's seen that Nene wasn't going to go quietly. She hired a lawyer. She was going around talking, okay? And at this point, she was only talking about Kenya. Andy probably didn't want his name added to the list. Why make an enemy out of these housewives that made so much money for you over the years? None of it made any sense, so that played a part in it. Also, too, I don't know if you guys noticed this about Andy. He'll get really mad about something, but he gets, what is the word I'm looking for? He is not so angry after a period of time. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Like, he was really upset with Bethany Frankel for her signing with another production company and all of that, and that's a huge part of the reason why she quit. I mean, they can change the narrative later, but it is what it is. But he wasn't so upset anymore, and then he put an ad out in the newspaper, and then he started changing the way he was talking about her in interviews, like, oh, this is home. She could always come back to Bravo. We love her. Never say never. I love it when he says that. So, I mean, I think there's a huge jackass side to Andy Cohen, and it's probably because of the job that he does. You have to create drama. He's the head honcho. You're in charge of hiring and firing. But, ever since Baby Ben has come into his life, there has seemed to be a little human side. Now, that's really mean. Okay, he does have a softer side. You can't be a jackass 24 hours a day. Just like his relationship with Jeff Lewis. He'll get really upset with Jeff, and they go long periods of feuding, and then he'll kind of soften up, and the next thing you know, he's on his radio show again. So he really doesn't hold grudges long at all. That played a part in it. And it just didn't make any sense to go around. We are creatures of habit. If you're going to put these shows and take them in different directions, it has to be gradual. It has to be, okay, here's this new person on the show, and what do you know? She's a hit. The public seems to like her. Now we could phase these other housewives out. But he was facing serious backlash from the housewives themselves. They weren't publicly saying it, but behind the scenes, they were all talking. And I would too. Like, did you see what he did? And then the public's reaction, people were like, they were saying he's ageist, he's racist, he's jackasses. Jackasses. I made that word up, but he was getting bad public backlash because you just don't. You have to let people have their dignity and their pride. But so bringing her back on as a friend of the show is a really good idea, with the option that if it goes good, then you can come back more. Is a win-win for everybody here, because now you get to see how will the show be without her, and it's great for the audience because too much Tamra was just for me personally. It was just a lot. And then, so you can bring her back like you did Vicky in increments. When they come back, they're going to give it their all because, they want to be back full time. So it's a win-win for everybody. You're not making enemies out of the entire franchise. It makes sense. And you know what I'm also thinking? Okay, so if they're going to bring Tamra back, I'm thinking they're going to bring Vicky back. I'm thinking they're not going to fire Nene. Ooh, Kenya, that's bad news for you. I mean, when he started doing an about face and said that Kenya was the one behind the rumors of Nene getting phased out, I knew, oh, he's breaking, people. He's breaking. That's bad news for Kenya. That means I don't think they're going to get rid of Nene now, which is good because Nene was not going to go out quietly. She laid down her plan, people, and she was executing it. But they don't need to get rid of Nene yet anyway because #1 rated show. Have you ever heard the term, if it's not broke, don't fix it? Don't mess with Atlanta, especially in such a harsh way like that. Them girls are working. That cast, that whole chemistry, even the Nene hating Kenya, it works. And it's worked for years. So don't mess with Atlanta because just think about it. The year that Kenya left, we'll turn on you. The audience will turn on you. If you can't entertain us in the way that we feel like we need to be entertained, we will turn, okay? They will turn on you if you get rid of Nene and you don't have a good replacement. And right now, you don't have a good replacement. I mean, who's Kenya going to argue with? Herself? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So what they basically did is save their franchise because it was going to be so many side effects, in my opinion, if he would have just had, what did I call it? Bloody Massacre Wednesday. Why did I pick Wednesday? I don't know. It just seemed like it would fit. If he would have had Bloody Massacre Wednesday, then his franchise would have been in jeopardy, in my opinion. Now, does that mean that Bronwyn can never be the star? No, but it takes time. Like, we get invested. We've been watching these women for over a decade. Like, who the hell is Bronwyn? We don't know enough about her. We don't even, in the things that I know, I'm not too impressed. I don't have time to, what's her name? The mom? Dr. Deb? No, not for me. She's okay as adding on, but the rumor to make her the star of the show? Andy, I'm glad you came to your senses. I mean, you really saved the entire franchise that you've worked so hard for over all of these years. I like the policy now that you phase people out. Well, you don't phase them out. Like, you'll fire people with an open invitation to come back, and then you do bring them back eventually. Like, I hate to say it, guys, but, we probably haven't seen the last of Danielle Staub. Now that he's had a change of heart, she will be back to cause more trouble. It just works better that way. If it's not broke, don't fix it. At least in my opinion. Now, I know I'm going to have a shitload of comments of people going, what are you doing? Bravo, you're messing up. Because people are getting tired of Vicky. People are getting tired of Tamra. Now, they haven't announced that they're bringing Vicky back yet. There's rumors out there that Vicky wants a spinoff. Who's going to watch a spinoff of Vicky? What? No, you need to bring her back in the same manner in which you're doing Tamra. So there's no doubt in my mind that they're probably going to bring Vicky back too. And, he has the saying, being in Housewives is like the mob. You can't get out. Once you're in, you can't get out. So they're going to be rotating these people back in and out. Now, do I think they might give Nene Leakes a pay cut? That's a hard one because she is your #1 rated show. She's producing. I mean, look at her. I mean, she is working double time, people. Every time I turn on the TV, she's doing a new interview. Whether she's on The Talk, she's on Extra. She's working double time. Her and Kenya, they're going at it. Both of them. They're both working double time. I don't know if I'm going to go out there and say, no, I don't think they're going to give Nene a pay cut. I don't, because of the positions that she's in. And so that's my opinion. But I know we're going to go at it in the comment section. So I just wanted to come on here really quick, lash free people, lash free, and let you know that King Andy had a change of heart, which in my opinion saved his franchise. And there was another thing I wanted to say about Tamra, too. Tamra remained loyal after they fired her. People tried to get to her, okay? People tried to break her to talk, and she just wouldn't do it. She just wouldn't do it. And so she showed loyalty after she got fired. But, how long was that going to last? If you start firing everyone else, it takes one person to talk. And then there would have been disgruntled housewives doing interviews left and right, in my opinion. So Tamra did remain loyal. Okay, you guys, so I came on there, laid the facts out, so you have not seen the last of Tamra Judge. Now, what I want to know today in my comments section is who's happy that she's going to be back as a friend to the show? And number two, who thinks that they're not going to fire Lenithia Leaks at all? Nene, Nene, is she here to stay in your opinion? Also, if you like this video, don't forget to click that like button. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do that. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.